Hello, and welcome everybody to our D29 and 32 new D2 Town Hall. My name is Juniper Lear, and I will be your host for this very special town hall, which we have not one, not two, not three, but four district directors here to give you some inspiration and to have their voices heard because as we've found out during this transition, it takes a team and a bigger team than you ever thought possible to achieve what we need to achieve this year and next year. My theme this year has been Lead with Joy, and I cannot think of a better way to embody the theme but to bring together these leaders and hear each other's perspectives and take that going forward together. You're going to hear brief reflections from each of us. We have four district directors, three that are about to end their term on June 30th, and one who's about to step into the spotlight on July 1st, but she's already hard at work. So after you hear these remarks, we'll open the floor for a Q&A. So feel free to add your questions into the chat as you have them. Get curious, get inspired, and let's get ready to lead with joy together. Our first speaker is me, Juniper Lear, DTM, your District 2 Director this year. And my title for today is The Joy of Service and Surviving the Trio. So I get a lot of questions about how I remain joyful. How do you do it? Why are you so positive? And the first thing that I usually tell people is, don't worry, there's plenty of all the other emotions in my life. You just might not see that, and that's on purpose because I take care of myself. And when I feel all the different emotions, I make sure that I take time to fully immerse myself in them, even and most importantly, the uncomfortable ones. And that, in essence, is how you can survive leadership. But let me dive in a little bit deeper. The first tip that I have for you is to say yes to things that align with you, whether you're ready or not. I was not ready to be in the trio, but I felt called to leadership. I knew they needed strong leaders, and I had been volunteering for a couple years, and I wanted a challenge. Oh, and a challenge I got. Sometimes when people come to you and ask you to serve in leadership, you think it's a different job than it actually is in more ways than one. You can't know what a job is until you take it. And as we've been finding out in leadership, you finally get good at it in the last 3 months of your term when you're ready to just pass it on to somebody else. So don't be afraid to say yes to things if they align with you. And number 2 is to take care of you. Sometimes you have to disappoint people in order to be joyful. Today, I had to say no to gardening because I knew that that would drain my energy and I wouldn't be able to be here and be present with you today. And that was just a tiny sacrifice that I made to be the joyful leader I want to be for you. My last point, and I think this is probably the most important, is don't be afraid of surprises. The world is full of change, mysteries, and you never know what to expect. But when you come to Toastmasters with an open mind and a joyful heart and a well-rested soul, I have only found good things among our community. With that, I hope that next year is full of even more joy and even more distinguishedness and passion than we've seen this year. Thank you, everybody. All right. Our next speaker is our distinguished Toastmaster District Director from District 9, Nancy Shadow. And her speech title is Not Your Normal Year, Fun and Creativity. Please welcome Nancy Shadow.
Thank you, June. Some of you may know that this is not my first time serving in the district trio. Back in 2012, I served as a district governor, and now this year, of course, I'm finishing up my district director year, which gave me actually a very unique perspective because I've been here once before. I know what I missed and I messed up on and how to try to fix it. Much of my leadership team also has experience, so that drama that I had the first time through was really minimal this time, and everyone really understood their roles, so that helped tremendously. For years, we've worked hard with our clubs and have been faced with declining numbers, going from 60 clubs down to 45. And I kept thinking back to that quote from Einstein, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get different results. Well, that kept haunting me all the time. So I thought, well, we're going to embrace some wild changes this year, do something a little bit more different, and try to lead more with fun, creativity, and energy for our members and our clubs. So that was kind of when we said stronger together, embracing change, we were looking at doing something different this year. And so I started out by verbalizing, telling everyone my personal challenge this year is to visit every single club in the district by the end of the year. Now, a lot of people said, oh, that's ridiculous, but I thought, okay, I'll do my best. To date, I have visited 37 of our 45 clubs. I have learned a tremendous amount from our clubs as well as our members, both their successes and their challenges. And I have been so impressed with their passion and inspiration that they have. I had one area director that he saw his smaller clubs were struggling with onboarding new members. And so what he started doing was offering a new member workshop online that was open to multiple clubs, just once a week. And he teaches Toastmaster etiquette, basic navigation in pathways, provides coaching for icebreakers, just to give those new members a little bit of support. There was also another member that did an HPL project on creating a pathways workshop so that clubs that were still struggling with just simply adopting pathways could go through this workshop. And she's actually taking this on the road to multiple clubs right now. We had one of our vice presidents of membership that she appreciated the exchange of ideas that they had during the fall training and decided she wanted to keep the band together all year long. And so she did a monthly check-in with the VPNs on a call once a month throughout the year, sharing successes and challenges. I'd love to see that expand to other club officer roles. There's great synergy when we work together. One club president actively started working local job fairs, and he is promoting Toastmasters as a solution for both those looking for work that we are not hiring, but we can certainly help you get the job of your dreams, as well as employers that are hiring. So he can share how Toastmasters can help boost employee skills. That, of course, has blossomed into multiple speaking engagements for him. One of our prison clubs recently had an anniversary celebration where they invited one-time visitors from the community clubs. And the visitors happened to be from very strong clubs, and yet when they left that meeting, they said, well, this meeting puts ours to shame. They had a ready chair for the next speaker up to minimize transition time. They had like 8 speakers in a 2-hour time frame and did half a dozen table topics. It was just a tremendous success in their meeting. We've been running an employer outreach project all year long, contacting over 600 employers in our district. It's taken on multiple phases and variations and included a lot more people than what it started out with. by making phone calls, social media, emails, personal visit. We've had one member that has been handing out flyers to businesses the hour before her meeting and just within walking distance of her club. And in 3 weeks' time, she's collected over 60 business cards of companies that are interested in learning about what Toastmasters has to offer. And just like evaluations, we have been giving feedback to World Headquarters, requesting enhancements to both pathways and how customer service treats our members because it's important to give them that kind of feedback as well. My list goes on of the impressive things I've seen happen within our district. I am a firm believer that if you work the program and you have fun, that the results are going to fall into place. You may ask where we stand as a distinguished district. We need 22 more members and 7 distinguished clubs in the next 20 days. So we're close. We're not there yet. But what I'm actually more proud of is that we've got 26 of our 45 clubs that have at least 5 or more distinguished club program points. So to me, that shows that they are really working the program. And I'd love to see that number grow over the coming weeks. I will not ask someone else to do something that I am not willing to do myself. And that work ethic has permeated our team. It has not been a normal year by any standards. We've been working and celebrating together district-wide all year long. I've been inspired by the passion and creativity of all of our members. Next year, as a combined district of nearly 200 clubs, will not be a normal year either. We'll have shared challenges. We will have shared successes. We just need to keep those communication lines open so that we can benefit everyone and remember to welcome creativity as well as having fun along the way. Thank you, June.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I love all of the things that you mentioned, and it's so important to carry all of these things forward, all this great work you're doing in your district. And I really wish you distinguished.
We'll see.
Our next speaker is our distinguished District 32 director, and her speech title is Team, and it stands for Together Everyone Achieves More. We all possess a piece of the puzzle needed to morph Districts 2, 9, and 32 into one District 2. Melissa will share how working as a team can bring a news vision into fruition. Please welcome Melissa Jean.
Thank you, June, and truly thank you all of you for spending a little bit of time with us on your Sunday afternoon. It absolutely takes a team to get everything accomplished. I have many favorite sayings. One of them is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team. Yes, it is absolutely possible for each one of us to zoom through all of our responsibilities, get that checkbox done, finish our pathway projects, do whatever it is that we need to do for our clubs and be done. But what do we gain? What do our fellow Toastmasters gain when we take care of it and do it all ourselves? When we choose to incorporate and ask for our fellow members' insight and knowledge, we gain from that interaction. They gain from that interaction. It truly takes a team in order for all of us to be successful. Another thing to think about is we are all influential to a point that we do not even realize. And I'm going to say that again. We are all influential to a point we do not realize. You all have no idea how these interactions have helped me become the person I am today. As a Toastmaster, we have the opportunity to make the ripple that we create in the pond become somebody else's tsunami. And in many ways, that's our responsibility to think about how we and our interactions with all of the people here today, all the people we interacted with this past year, how our influence helped those individuals gain insight and knowledge that's needed for them to be truly successful. And then another one of my favorite quotes is, it's not about how somebody rocks your world. It's about how you rock the world together. It really takes all of us. We all have a small piece of what is needed in order for the whole unit to be successful. You all have skills and experience that I don't possess. And each time you agree to meet with me in person or online, I get a little gold nugget of what you have, which helps me transform into who I'm supposed to be. We all have a piece of the success that's needed for District 2 next year. And we all have the ability to look at the district success plan that will soon be created and think about how can I help the district be successful in 25 and 26. It takes a team because together everyone achieves more. Back to you, June.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I couldn't agree more. And with that, we have our last but certainly not least speaker to share her vision for 2025-26. Her speech title is Leading Through Change, Growing Through Challenge. Please welcome our District 2 DD-elect Anu Jokenin.
Thank you, June. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to see you all this afternoon. And I want to first of all start by acknowledging something super important. I am standing on the shoulders of these incredible leaders here in this town hall this afternoon, and all of those who came before us. You guys have done so much work. The challenges you faced, the members you've lifted, and the clubs you've served has brought us to this moment. And I'm extremely humbled by the opportunity to serve as your incoming district director, not because I have all the answers, but I believe in asking the right questions together. And so as I've prepared for this year, I've spent a lot of time reflecting, and not just what this merger means, but also what leadership means in a moment like this. So leadership is about navigating the unknown, a lot of times with confidence, often with courage, and definitely with community. And it's also recognizing that struggle, and we will struggle next year because it is a new thing that we're going to be doing, that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that growth is taking place. And if it feels hard, it means you're growing, and that growth is the point. And I also feel like sometimes we struggle with bringing in some new leaders because these leaders come in and feel like, oh, I'm struggling, this is not good, this is not right for me. When in all reality, that is where they're growing. And so we really need to normalize that to bring in new leaders into the fold. So I also ask us to reflect together this year. What do our members need right now? How can we help each other grow? And what kind of district do we want to become? And so there are three goals that I feel like it's going to shape how we move forward. One is being unified. Two is member-centered, and three is future-ready. So starting off with the unification, we're all coming together from different districts with different stories and strengths, and I feel like the diversity is really our superpower. But it also means that we have to work on building trust and not assuming it. It means we need to listen, we need to learn, and choose connection. And so my commitment to you is to lead with clarity. We'll communicate often. We'll look at different channels on sharing information, being transparent where we are in this process, and really trying to create that space where everyone feels they belong. The second one is member-centered. Toastmasters is and always will be about you, about your growth. And as we know that if a Toastmaster doesn't feel like if they don't feel like they're growing, they're going to leave. So we really need to just be focused on that member experience. And so us as a district, looking at all of the different ways to really provide a positive member experience. And also some of the things we can do better is also on recognition. And I'm really excited that Ross Merker is on the call today. I still remember when I was first a new member into Aspiring Leaders. And my very first day, he handed me that red ribbon and he says, "Be careful with this." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "This is a gateway ribbon. And sure enough, it was. It was a fantastic ribbon, and I wanted to get more ribbon. So doing things that really help recognize our members, not just in different wins or titles or anything like that, but also those quiet moments when you have a first-time evaluator, a club mentor that will maybe have gone the extra mile. So really looking at different ways on how we can recognize each other. So because when we feel seen, we tend to rise, we lead, and we lift others. And the third thing is to be future ready. AI is here and it's not going anywhere, and it is changing our world very fast. So we want to make sure that Toastmasters is staying relevant and really looking to how we can leverage technology in different ways, such as also recognition, in how we support each other, on how we look at the data and analyzing that data of what our district looks like and being able to act on that data. And so I just want to thank you all for this opportunity. And I do want to leave you with this one request. We definitely need more leaders. We are looking for more area directors. And so if you don't feel like you're ready, it doesn't matter as long as you're willing. Because again, if you take that moment to start that action, that's when that growth is going to happen. And again, I'm so excited to be with this team, to be able to take this transition into the new District 2. Again, as all of our district directors mentioned, it takes a village. It's not going to just be one or two people. It takes all of us together to be able to make this a success. And we are working on, we have a transition team that's been meeting every other Thursday, and we're going to continue that on definitely through September 30th, as that is a key date with many things that are due. But also we welcome all of your expertise and ideas. We're always open to that because again, we want to make this a great place and provide great member experiences. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, June.
Thank you so much, Anu, for your vision and thoughts. And thank you to everyone who spoke. And you were on time too, like great Toastmasters. Now we'll move into the Q&A portion of the meeting. So you're welcome to either raise your hand or just come off mute and start asking your question, or if you'd like, you can type your question into the chat. As Anu said, we are recruiting for our 2025-26 team. And if you're not ready for area director, there's lots of other jobs we can give you. So please let us know what you want to do and we will put you to work. Any questions or thoughts? We've got a lot of really great people here. I know you have questions. Okay, we've got one question from the chat. Have you developed a schedule for officer training sessions? I think this question should go to Anu. Anu, do you have a schedule for officer training?
Well, we are currently working on it. We have 3 so far, and that is going to be, it's already on our District 2 calendar, and it's also going to be in the Starburst. So we have one coming up on June 17th. That's from 6:30 to 8:30 Pacific time, 5:30 to 7:30 Alaskan time. And then we have another one on June 28th. That's in Spokane. That's going to be a hybrid session. And then we also have one on the August 29th. It's more focused on corporate clubs, which June and her team is going to be leading that. So that's going to be a great session. They did that last year as well. And I think it brought lots of good focus for, especially for our corporate clubs. So it's a little bit of a twist there, but we have 3 so far, and so we're working on many more. So be on the lookout for that and stay tuned. We'll be notifying that also in our Starburst and social media.
Did you have anything to add to that, Roberta, or are you glad with that?
Those are the ones that we're starting off with. There will be just 2 things that will be going out that will help shape what direction our club officers are wanting training on. There will be a member interest survey that will be going out. When does the Starburst go out?
Every Monday at 1 p.m.
Okay, so hopefully I finished testing it today and it will go out with the Starburst so that we can get input on not just what our members want in order to increase their return on their investment, but also what our officers want as far as training, not just to be Toastmasters, but to be leaders out in the world. So please look for that member interest survey that will be going out. And yes, that will help us shape what areas we want to expand on our club officer training.
Great. Thank you. All right. Next question, we have Laura with her hand up.
Hi. Okay. Before I ask the question, I was going to ask, what's a starburst?
Oh,
Sounds
that's
like
a
an
great
email, maybe? I don't
question.
know.
Yes, that is a great question. That is District 2's newsletter.
Okay.
And you can subscribe at the bottom of the website. Scroll to the bottom. Otherwise, you'll be auto subscribed on June 30th when we all merge into one.
And how often does that go out?
It's weekly, so every
Wow.
Monday at 1 p.m.
Cool. Okay. So now on to the question I really had. Actually, I have two. One is, does our access to our area district central commence on July 1st?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was guessing. And then club success plan, have we heard anything else yet about a definitive, if that's going to be, I mean, we're
Yes.
hearing that it is going to be a requirement for distinguished, but so is that whole metric going to be added to the Distinguished Club Program page? And do we know when that will be?
Looks like Roberta's ready for this one.
I always have to say there's always transition that's going on between June and July. And
Yeah.
while I'd like to promise, and experience has told me not to make this promise, that you will have access to everything and it will be updated come July 1st. I know from experience that it does take a little time for them to close out the books from the previous year and flip the switches for the current year.
Okay.
With this being such a huge change, they are having to truly merge files from 3 different districts, and we're not the only one that this is happening to. There may be a little bit of a lag time. We will try and pull down all the membership information before the end of this year so that we can at least make that available to our area directors, and you will have that updated as much as possible. And the club officer lists, so don't expect that it's going to magically be there
Right.
the first. Yes, club success plans, that is going to be a requirement, and they will be uploaded to Toastmasters International's Club Central. So don't send them to your area directors. Upload it to Club Central, and that will be due no later than September 30th. That's the same deadline that the district has in submitting our club success plan. So all success plans are due September 30th.
Thank you. And then I have a follow-up question.
Did you want to add something quickly, Anu, before Laura asks her next question?
I put the link to the Distinguished Club Program FAQ. It's on Toastmasters website. So
thank you.
It's in the chat. Yeah.
Excellent.
Appreciate that. And I just, as I was creating a document for my VPE successor, Sandra, shout out to Sandra Jones. I was looking through everything, and I was also creating an email for my area. And I'm embarrassed to say, I discovered the tile for Club Success on the Club Central that I had never noticed before. And so is that something that how am I trying to say this? if we answer all the questions and all the boxes, will that save
Yes.
and
Yes.
carry forward to the next year? Or I mean,
Yes. So actually it's that portal has existed in Club Central for a while. So it's not new. But that is how you're going to submit your club success plan. So
okay.
I recommend scheduling an officer team meeting where you all look at that together.
Yep.
And then the main function of it is that you assign different roles and tasks to everyone. So yes, that is how you're going to submit your plan. That's where
Okay,
you want to
great.
use.
And this, I mean, in all fairness, I have to say that this past year, oh no, it was our second year in a row doing that, because we had a period where all of the leadership was kind of flailing. All of our we had a brain drain from all of the experienced people. And so we had to kind of figure out everything on our own
Right.
and start from scratch. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
great.
And I'm always learning new things about Toastmasters. I feel like now I'm just starting to understand how it works. I thought I knew more than I did, is the way it works.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, we have two questions from Vicky, but Joanna, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
I did want to add, thank you, June, for the club success plan. Just realize that it is a working document. It's not a one and done. So you'll do the foundation portion of your club success plan, make sure you get that submitted, but then you're going to have actions and processes that you're going to constantly be researching and looking at. So just realize that it's a working document and every single club officer has access to it through Club Central. So just make that a progressive thing for you so you can continuously learn how to grow and develop and then know what you don't know. Thank you.
That is a great shout, Joanna. That is so true. And it also keeps us accountable with integrity as our number one value. Putting it in writing that you said you're going to do a thing and then following up on it really just screams Toastmasters to me. All right. Vicky, you have two questions. Would you like to just read your questions for us, the first one, and I can answer that one for you?
Well, I actually have three, and
Oh, okay.
so
Great.
the third one that I'll voice first is actually a follow-up to the issue of the club success plan.
Yeah.
I looked at our Club Central about a week ago, and our success plan for 24-25 apparently wasn't finished. So I don't see an opportunity to even go into the 25-26 yet. Is that
That should be accurate. Yes.
okay?
Yes, that you'll have access to that starting July 1st.
So July 1st. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that answered that question.
And just make sure you have your new officer team inputted so they don't lose access.
we've
Club
done that
Central.
already.
Okay, great.
So then a follow-up question to the officer training that you mentioned for August 29th for corporate clubs. I'm really wondering what that would involve for a club who might want to try to attract a corporate club. Or is that training geared more for the officers in a corporate club?
It is the latter. So this is a corporate club training put on by a corporate club, my corporate club at Salesforce and Tableau.
Okay.
And we are trying to partner with other corporate clubs. It's just been difficult to get them to do it. But the main focus is to have a brief training, it's 1 hour, and to set corporate club officers up for success and network, because that really is the big value of these officer trainings, is building your community. And we found that we built a lot of community in just one training, so our officers wanted to do it again. If you are interested in being involved in that, let me know, because I am running it.
We have a corporation in the region where my club is in Palmer, Alaska, that we've been trying to attract, and we've got someone in that corporation that has expressed an interest, but we don't know how to progress it beyond him.
All right.
So
I think that's a lead. I think
Yeah,
what we
that's
need
a
to do
lead.
is
Yes,
get a lead
yes.
to Joanna here and Anu and
Okay.
potentially even Roxanne. So I'm going to put an action to Anu to follow up with you, Vicky, so that if that needs to go to this year's club growth, it can, and if it needs to go to next year's, it can.
Yeah, and I think part of what we need to do is show them where the benefit will be from the very beginning, not just for their
Yeah.
employees, but also for their leadership structure internally.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
my last question is probably for Anu. We've had incentives in the past few years. Will that be continued, or do you know yet?
Yes, yes, it would definitely have incentives. And so we're still working on crafting those and just making sure they're in alignment and just trying to also simplify them because there's enough change going on this year with the club success plan required for the clubs. Don't want to overcomplicate it, or complicated year as it is, but we will be working with a trio on those incentives. And then I think I saw your other question. Yes, there will be AD training, and that will we'll send you the information on that as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Great. And I think what's important is that we continue this conversation. So if questions come up later, you know now who to ask these questions to. Dennis.
So I'd like to introduce myself. It's been about 40 years ago. I was District 2 governor back in 1983, 84. I'm still pretty active in the district. I live currently in District 33 in Central California. For the past several years, I've been coordinating the interview with the international district candidates for the trio down here. So I'm still keeping up with what's going on. I do want to help District 2 in its new organization, and I offer my services to help in any necessary things you might need, like district officer training and mentoring. So I am available, and I'll put my email in the chat for you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. I know Anu is just glowing right now. So we will put you to work. No questions asked there. All right, we had a couple comments about the corporate clubs, and I just got to say that Roxanne has been doing corporate clubs right all year long. We've added, I think, 7 corporate clubs, and we have a couple more in the pipeline. So do not fret, Vicky. We have corporate club support ready to go, and she's already working with Joanna to pass the torch. So if you are, though, interested in club growth and joining Joanna's team, she is also recruiting for people to help with these types of interactions. One of my favorites is called a demo meeting, where we go to these corporations, and sometimes it's the only time we go and put on an example meeting. It's abbreviated, and you get to see the inner workings of these corporations. And for me, living in my own tech world, it's extremely fascinating, all the different things each company has or doesn't have their place. But what we all have in common is that we're all trying to be better public speakers, leaders, and just individuals. Oh, we've got another person willing to step up. Thank you, Ross. Am I missing any questions? If I've missed a question, let me know. There are quite a few comments in here.
I was just asking about district leadership training.
Okay, excellent. Anu, can you just elaborate a little bit on when to expect the communication on leadership training and when that might be?
Yeah, that's going to come within either this week or next week, and we're looking to have that training in July. So because we're still missing quite a few ADs, so we want to bring as many of the district leaders together as possible. So hopefully we'll have some more spots filled this week and next, and then we'll be able to send out that communication.
Excellent.
And it is intended to be an in-person training. So actually getting together.
Wonderful. Yes, I think in-person or hybrid is how we're going to have to connect this next year. And we'll be figuring that all out, but I am looking forward to us paving the way to showing other districts how you can achieve greatness in a large locality. I believe in us. We can do it. One of the things, though, I think we should take a pause if Angela has a moment to talk about some news that we got this week about our realignment. And we will be having a last minute decum in July for the previous year's crew. Angela, do you want to just chat to let us know what's going on with the alignment and what we know now?
Certainly. So late last week, Toastmasters International mentioned they did a cursory look at the alignment that we sent in that was accepted on May 20th. And they are going by their bylaws that all areas have to have at least 4 clubs in good standing and no more than 6 clubs in good standing. This past week and actually yesterday, I took a look at the alignment that we sent in against the April dues renewals and our dashboard, and identified approximately at least 10 areas that we have to do some slight refining to add at least another club in good standing. I did get some feedback from a couple of leaders of where we can make some changes. More to come. I have reached out to the district alignment committee. You're going to start meeting again this coming weekend. Hope to get that resolved in 1 to 2 weeks with just going to making some slight refinements. And then with that, we'll get that back out with the goal of having that out at least a couple of weeks before the DECM for that way people have time to review it. The goal is rather than kind of opening up and have everybody look at the whole entire alignment and saying we're voting on the whole thing, is identify which areas that we've made refinements to so that we can focus on those rather than the entire alignment that we've submitted. So more to come.
Thank you so much for that, Angela. So we have not planned the date of the DECM yet. We are still awaiting a few clarification points from World Headquarters. But as always, we are required to provide a 14-day notice. And if you know me, I'm a planner. I like to provide a lot more than that. So I'll give you as much notice as we can. But all the people who spoke today have been apprised of the situation, and we're all working together. Just when you think you're done, you got another DECM. Are there any questions about the alignment or about what's coming along the pipeline there? I'm seeing just a lot of no questions. Wonderful. All right. Are there any questions in the chat? No, just a lot of connection, community growth. This is why we do these. This has been really great to have people come together and for us to meet you. And oh, Laura, bring it
Sorry.
on, Laura.
I feel like I'm dominating this.
I know we love it.
Okay, club officer trainings. I know we have June 17th, Tuesday evening. I think I'm already registered for that. I've given that date out to my club and to my area. And then June 28th, is that the hybrid one?
Yes, that's the one that's in Spokane at a library and then also online. Yeah.
I'll be online. Okay, and then so those are the two for everybody, and then there's a separate date for corporate clubs.
Well, anyone can
Beyond
go
that?
to the
Well,
corporate
sure.
club
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
training. And a lot of community
that's what-
members did go to our last one.
Okay.
But it is a corporate club focused training. So every trainer will be from a corporate club and we'll
Okay.
be talking about challenges specific to corporate clubs.
Okay, and I don't see that one on the calendar. So what was that date?
It's August 29th at noon.
Okay, thank you.
If it's not there, it should be there very soon. We just sent it to the webmaster on Friday. So
Okay, Right on. Thank you. I think that's all my questions for now.
Awesome. All right. Are there any other questions, thoughts, cat photo bombs? All right. Well, does anyone want to, from the leadership panel, just want to make a few comments before we wrap up? Potentially Anu?
Yes, I have, and these town halls have been really effective, and so we're going to continue on. We're going to actually change the date a little bit here to reflect our new togetherness. So it's going to be District 2 together on the 2nd. So that's easy to remember. So again, we're united and really focusing on that unification. So it will be on the 2nd. So the first one will be July 2nd. And that, again, we'll send out communication on that.
I am so glad that you're going to continue these, and I'll be supporting as a member of the district and your team now. But if there are no more questions, I just want to thank each of you for coming to this meeting, spending some time on your Sunday afternoon to be a part of what we're building here, because it is very, very special to me and many people here. As we head into our next season of growth and change, I encourage all of us to lead with joy. Let it be the reason that you serve, and the energy that we bring into challenges, and the gift that we share with each other. Until next time, when Anu will take over, keep on shining and get those distinguished goals in. I'm going to stop the recording.